Good morning. It's Monday again. Wow. I have lost count. I have actually stopped counting, how many days I've been in. It's something like 14 weeks. I think this is my 15th week indoors. Hi, Sunny. Hi, Romit. Hey, Shine, Ajit, Pranam, Pepe. I hope everyone is doing well or as well as they can. And yesterday I was talking to Palak actually, and she's been part of the Keeping It Light family for a while, and she asked a question, talking about success and satisfaction. And does satisfaction harm you from being motivated because you're content with status quo? Is it better to keep aiming for success so you keep growing, or if you're satisfied, does it make you stagnant? And I kept thinking about that question and that concept, and I realized that actually there's a beautiful blog that I came across a couple of maybe a month ago. I don't know if any of you remember, I did a series on animals, and one of the animals that I talked about were elephants. And there was so much information about elephants that I didn't get an opportunity to share this particular story. So thank you, Palak, for the inspiration about satisfaction and success. And here's one story that might help us put some things into perspective. So Tom and Linda Rowles have a gorgeous blog about their visit to Londolozi in South Africa. And here are their learnings from elephants. And I quote, "One afternoon in Londolozi, we discovered a herd about 20 elephants at a riverbank. I'm not sure if you all know this, but elephants are matriarchal. They're the female, the mama elephant of the herd kind of runs the show. So at the riverbank, some elephants were feeding, some were spraying themselves with water, some simply standing by observing the others. They were all ages, all genders present. It was a whole family. At one point, the matriarch let it be known that it was time to move on. Now, Tom and Linda said, we're not sure whether she communicated her summons through her feet or her voice. However, there's no doubt that the other elephants of the herd received and understood the summons. And shortly after that, the matriarch began walking up the road leading from the river to the north bank. Now, the other members of the herd also began to ascend the north bank, but interestingly, they each chose different paths. Some who were close to the matriarch when she issued her summons followed her directly, trudging up the same road, the same path. But most others took different routes. They all had the same destination and keenly felt their connection to and association with the herd, yet they chose their own way of getting to the desired point. They acted as individuals while remaining apart and a part of and within their community. So there were many paths up the mountain, and while pursuing a common objective, these elephants exercised their own initiative. While acting with a uniformity of purpose, they acted separately. And their individuality was not lost in the commonality. Each one was free to achieve the collective objective in their own way. And I guess it's something that we humans could learn from, allowing ourselves and our fellow humans the freedom to be expressive and different, choosing different paths up a mountain of our choosing. Uniformity is the death knell of creativity. So that was lesson 1. Lesson 2 came out of the same exact elephant behavior. Linda and Tom say, although we did not time the event, our best estimate is that the elephant herd took almost 30 minutes to fully leave the river in response to the matriarch's summon. Even the matriarch adopted a crooked line approach. Simply stated, the elephants meandered. Some continued to eat and didn't move to immediately follow the matriarch for a while. Others continued exploring far down the river. A few did a little bit of everything. They stopped to eat, they stopped to drink water, they stopped to have a dust bath, they even stopped to scratch against a sturdy tree. The summons from the matriarch were real and not to be ignored, yet the elephants continued to enjoy whatever they were doing as they complied. There was no drop everything attitude and mad rush up the hill. There was no race to see who could comply the quickest. And there was no shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line approach. So this cannot be overstated. The elephants enjoyed the doing, the getting there, not just the destination. So perhaps our second lesson is, as we're aiming for a goal, can we enjoy it? And can that lead to satisfaction? Can there be satisfaction within the journey en route to a goal? The third lesson that Tom and Linda Rawls talk about is an offshoot of the first two. Elephants are patient. They cover immense distances without hurrying. They can destroy a whole tree. They can uproot a whole tree if they want, or even, actually, they have such a huge appetite, they can eat an entire tree. But instead, if you watch elephants eat, they eat very delicately and daintily. They eat one branch at a time. They're not in a hurry to finish. And in this situation in Londolozi in South Africa, instead of insisting that the herd respond immediately to the matriarch's summons directly and without delay, she allowed everyone to finish whatever it was that they were doing and eventually move up the bank. There was no time limit. There was no deadline. There was no scolding because one of the elephants was a few minutes late. And I think what humans can learn from that is that when we impose artificial deadlines, that only creates more stress. So how can we be patient with each other and, more importantly, be patient with ourselves? Because life timelines are overrated, right? Think about it. Who decided that by 20 you should have, 2 degrees? And who said that by 25 you should be married? And who said that, by such and such age you should have a house and a car and 3 kids? Who said? Whose deadline or whose timeline was that? So, in essence, as we do our breathing today, let's think a little bit about what we consider success. And it's going to be different. It's actually amazing. Be patient with ourselves and each other. Simple, beautiful lessons from elephants that totally apply to us, especially when we're talking about success and satisfaction. So many of us feel if we're not hankering for change, it means that perhaps we're stagnant, we're not growing, we're less than. So let's breathe. And as we inhale, maybe for 4, and exhale for 4, let's remember the elephants. I find the visual works so well for me to think of myself as an elephant, just taking my time, drinking water, enjoying a dust bath. That sounds great. So many of us are not allowed to get messy in mud, but actually it's fun, you know? And two more times, all together, all of us remembering to just take it easy and enjoy our day, enjoy our cup of tea, enjoy company, enjoy quiet. Breathing in for 4 and exhaling. And one last time, inhaling and exhaling. Sunny is commenting on Facebook. He said, contrary to this, don't you think if you're satisfied while on your journey of achieving your goal, the pursuit of your wildest ambitions might get affected? Actually, I don't think so. Let's talk about it after. All right, beautifuls. Have a wonderful week. Take your time. Take your time. Yeah. I'll see you on Wednesday. And I hope you have a beautiful day and that you enjoy everything that you're doing today to the fullest. Mwah.